Rated reaction is for mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
It's another beautiful day to be a raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation, and you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions. In case you're new, you haven't been here before, or it's been a while. We're just down the street past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman and a scholar, as well as a man of commerce, so slip him what you should. He'll point you in the right direction. You're going to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street, you're going to pass this deep, dark, creepy-ass alley to your immediate right. As you stroll by it, you look down it, and this cool-ass breeze hits you that chills you right to your skeletal core. You think to yourself, is that the autumn wind? You're goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that only a certain few like to call home. It's a little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday on Raider Reaction, it is the Raider Nation Report with yours truly, a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. And tonight, we're going to kick it off with an extra little special flavor. For those of you that are in the house, thanks for joining me. As always, new and old, our band of pirates. Always thank you for joining us on Raider Reaction. Appreciate every single one of you. A second you spend with us is a second you're not doing something else. So thank you, one and all. We appreciate you all. And because I appreciate each and every one of you that follows the page, who banters with us on posts, who sends in visitor posts, who messages with us behind the scenes, to each and every one of you, during this season, we want to give back to you a little bit. So we're going to give back to one special one of you who's going to be lucky enough to win the Raider Reaction Big Badass Box. Now, to get this Big Badass Box, it's not going to be easy because we're only giving away one. So you're going to have to work for it. So this is going to be a month-long contest. And everybody is going to have an opportunity to get their name in the hat and have a chance to win the Big Badass Box. So, here's the way it's going to work. It's very simple. There are 4 Tuesdays between now and the first of the year. That means after tonight, we will have 3 more Raider Nation reports, and then it will be the first of the year, a new year, 2019. Now, in order to win this Raider Reaction Big Badass Box, full of, well, we'll get to that. You will have to earn your name inside the hat. Now, when it comes down to the raffle, we're going to make sure this is most on the up and up. So, you will get your name in the hat. Then on the first of the year, we will draw names out of the hat. Actually, the Commish Jr. will be here in studio. And he will draw 30 names out of the hat. Those 30 names will then transfer to raffle balls that will go in our raffle hopper, and that will ultimately be the winner. So it has to be completely on the up and up. So it will be a 2-stage raffle process. Now, you can get your name inside this first hopper as many damn times as you want over the next month. And you will be given every Raider Nation report with yours truly. You will be given a very simple task, a very simple little something that you need to do, trivia question, little something. Something you message the page, what have you, that will earn you multiple spots inside there. Also, I will sprinkle, those of you that really follow the page, we'll be sprinkling things throughout the page, special little hints, special little trivia questions here and there, and you'll be able to also earn additional spots to get your name inside the hat. And then, like I said, from that, the Commish Jr. will draw 30 out of there. Now, hell, if you get your name in there 20 times and he draws your name out of there 15, well, shit, you got 15 balls in the hopper, and that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. So, here's how the contest is going to work. You show up every Tuesday like you typically do to hang out, spend an hour with me to talk about what we all love, which is the silver and black. And during that time, I'm going to give you a simple question, simple trivia question, simple something that you'll be able to earn your name in the hat for that night. And that night is going to be the biggest opportunity every week for you to get your name in, because obviously I want you to tune in and join me for the Raider Nation Report. So, yeah. But that's the lifeblood of this page. So we got to keep it going. So, also, what we're going to do is the contents of the Raider Reaction Big Badass Box is going to grow weekly. So you have no idea yet what the hell's even going to be in this box. Because I'm only going to put the first layer of stuff in this box today. And then we're going to keep adding to it a special segment during each Raider Nation Report over the next month until the first of the year. And then that box will be double raffled off to one special winner who follows the page and got their name drawn by myself and the Commish Jr. here live on the first of the year. So, to start off with what's going to be in this box, let's get this out of the way so we can get to the rest of the damn show, shall we? So, to lay on the bottom of the box, which is just something, you know, good packing. We're trying to utilize the space here. We got a 2017 sticker book. He's got this guy, you know. You thought it'd be worth something someday. You know, shit. Once a Raider, always a Raider, right? And then you got the 2018 sticker book. That guy's still there, though. So, you got that. So, you got 2018, 2017 sticker book. You know, we gotta start out with the small stuff, because we're just starting the box here. We're just starting the box. So we gotta start out with some small stuff. So what we got here, we got a what year is this? 1991, Howie Long, vintage card, double sleeved, mint, near mint condition, as all my stuff is. That's going to be in the Big Badass Box as well. We got a 3-pack. Vintage. Hey, you might know this guy. Number 81, Tim Brown. Various years of his career. All vintage, mint, near mint condition, all double sleeved. Little Tim Brown lot. That's going in the Big Badass Box too. We've got to have just little stuff in there to get this thing started off right. You know, everybody's got to have a couple patches, right? Raider by nature, only one nation. Well, we'll throw those in there too. We'll throw those in the Big Badass Box. Everybody needs a sticker, man. You got to tag your stuff up, right? We got to throw a sticker up in there. How about a Raider Nation for life? The only nation. How about one of those? You can tag your ride up. Put it on your, you know, if you put it on your kid, you put it on your binder, what have you. Now, that's a good layer, but we need to put like some padding down, because I'm gonna have some more stuff we're gonna be putting in this box over the next month. So we gotta build layers here. We gotta build layers. So let's put some padding down, and the winner is gonna get to choose their size. Custom Raider Reaction logo shirt. Let everybody know when you're out rocking it that you're a Raider fan, deep behind the enemy line. So we'll get that in there, size of your choice. If you're the winner of the box, we'll get one of those, because we're building layers in this badass box here. Now, since we got some padding down, I want to put something in there that's a one of a kind. Something that padding needs protected by. Now, this guy just had a birthday at the end of last month. You may have heard of him. His name's Bo Jackson. He wore number 34 back in the day. I don't know if you remember this guy. Well, this is a custom Bo Jackson plaque. This has a Fleer 1990, a Topps 1988, and a Pacific 1991 in it. All are mint near mint condition, double sleeved, all mounted, routed in a nice plaque. It's got a sweet custom mount on the back, and hangable, hanging on your wall, hanging in your office, what have you. One of a kind, custom made. It's the last one that we have. All the rest of those have been and then we're gonna do some new ones. But that's the last one we have. That's also going in the big badass box. Now, to pad that, we better throw something on that because we want to make sure that that's padded on both sides. So we're gonna throw in the RAIDER ReACTION black design shirt as well with the logo, the font logo you see at the beginning of the show, and of course, you gotta let everybody know that you're deep behind the enemy line at all times. Of course, got the little logo back there too, so we'll throw that on top to protect the plaque. And then the last thing, this is going in the big badass box for right now. This will be the last thing until next Tuesday. And that is this bad boy. Now this is a 3X property of the Raiders, Nike dry fit. You know, it's, I don't know what it retails for. I think these retail for like 65 bucks or something. I mean, it's a pretty damn nice shirt. But irregardless, this is kind of a priceless item. See, this item was given to me personally by a player on the Oakland Raiders at the Saturday practice, the Saturday AFC Pro Bowl practice of 2018, when he happened to go out the very next day, light up the Pro Bowl, and win the damn game. That man was Derek Carr. So it's still in the plastic. Derek gave us a armload of stuff, myself and my son. This is one we wanted to save to raffle off to somebody else. It's going to come with a certificate of authenticity that commemorates how we got it, when we got it, where we got it, and you know, obviously it was this was gifted personally by Derek Carr. So we're going to throw that in here as well. And that's just the start. That's just the start of the big badass box. And directly after the show, there's going to be a post on the page that's going to give you your first way to get your name in the hat. But I'm going to tell you how to do it too. But it'll be made much easier for you afterwards because you can just copy and paste the links. But I will tell you how to do it if you want to be an overachiever and get your name in there first. Be like, I want my name in that some bitch first, shit. So here's what you're going to have to do. Because this is the RAIDER ReACTION Paint the World Silver and Black contest. It's a way for us to give back, but ultimately, we're going to use it as a means to paint the world silver and black. So, our world is the social media world. And here is the way that you can get your name in the hat to win the big badass box drawing that will be on January 1st. You must send us screenshots of you following our Twitter page, of you following us on Instagram, of you liking and follow our page on Facebook, and of you subscribing to our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is Hardcore Challenge Live Studio Webcasts. Subscribe to it, send a screenshot to the page. So I suggest you go do them all up, take a screenshot, send them all in one nice little package in a message to the page, and we will automatically put your name in the hat. Now, it is contest rules that you have to maintain liking, subscribed, following all of said pages, at least until we draw your name. Because we will check the winner, and if the winner didn't win, we are going to draw a backup that night, and a third as well. Because if you don't follow the damn rules, we ain't going to give you the prize. We'll give the box to the next guy. So, it's that simple. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Hardcore Challenge Live Studio Webcasts on YouTube. At RAIDER ReACTION on Twitter. RAIDER ReACTION 81 on Instagram. RAIDER ReACTION on Facebook. Hit them up. Like them up. Subscribe them. Follow them. Send us the screenshots. Your name's in the hat. And be watching the page. We will be throwing up other little trivias, what have you, so you can get individual drops in the hat. We're going to be doing it all of the next month. And man, there's a lot more stuff that's going to go in the box. So, I hope you liked what we just put in there. You're definitely going to like what we keep putting in there. So make sure you join me every Tuesday. So let's get to some Raider football, man. Were you not? Listen. Hey, I'm making. Come on, Brandon. I'm making you. I'm making you branch out. I'm making you branch out. You know, I'm new to all this shit too. See, so I got to drag you guys with me. So you know, you follow us along because we're trying to do it so we got different stuff on each one of the mediums, and you know, to keep it fresh, what have you. So, we gotta stay cool with the times. All the links will be posted in one nice, convenient little post right after the show. I've already got it all queued up, so don't you sweat. I made it easy for you all. I want you to get your name in the hat. I want you all to have a chance to win. So we're going to make it easy. Some of them we're going to make it hard. We're going to make some of them harder so to get your extra names in there. But, you know, the big ones, if you're here watching the show, we want to make it pretty much easy. So you just got to go do something not terribly hard, and you're going to get your name in. You get a chance to win. We want everybody to have a chance to win. All right. So let's get some Raider football, shall we? I honestly cannot think of a game that the Raiders lost that I came away feeling more positive than I did after that game this weekend. I had unfortunately and hurtful to myself, had relegated my thoughts to, man, I was just having a hard time seeing going into that game how we were really going to compete with the amount of points that they had been putting up. And then the Kareem Hunt thing happened. And that starts to put a little chink in their armor. That just fucks up the mojo. And you're like, yeah, you know, any given Sunday. You know, did I think the Raiders had a chance before that? Of course I did. I always think my team has a chance on any given Sunday. I can always see a way that a team can win a football game on any given Sunday. It's a funny shaped ball, and that son of a bitch bounces all crazy ways. So yes, can I see a way we could win? Always. Always I can see a way we can win the game. But I knew it was going to be very difficult, and it was a very, very long shot. And to see us come out and just keep battling. We fumbled the ball. We kept battling. Fumbled the ball again. Kept battling. Unfortunately, we fumbled the ball again. But still kept battling. At no point did our quarterback waver. He was under fire in the pocket, but he stood strong. Derek Carr earned big props from me this weekend. He'd been a quarterback that I had questioned at certain points in the season. Questioned his heart at certain times. Questioned his will. But in that game, I seen the light. And I seen the twinkle of hope that you started to see a team that had been torn down is starting to be rebuilt. You started to see the team turn a little bit. You started to see some youth on the defense stepping forward. You started to see your quarterback seeing the field a little more. Having a little more faith in some of these younger guys. I felt hope. I started to see the turn in the attitude of the team. I seen fight. I seen a desire to win. All the way to the end of the game. It was something I hadn't seen in a while. It was a beautiful thing to see. And it gave me hope for the rest of this season. That maybe we've already started to turn the corner towards what will be the 2019 Raiders. Maybe this team's already started to turn the corner a little bit. Maybe they're already starting to buy in. Because I tell you what I seen in week 13, made me smile. And I haven't smiled for a while this season. There ain't been a whole hell of a lot to smile about. No, there has not. So it makes me feel positive. Because going into this week's game, you're still at home. You didn't have to travel. The team has to travel in to play you. It's the Steelers. And ironically enough, the Steelers are coming in missing their horse at the running back position as well as Connor is out. He will not play this game. He's not out for, kicking chicks. But he's out for injury, which is, a legitimate reason to be out. Not, like, for being a fucking douchebag like the other guy. And so this guy, he gets popped for an assault charge, for what have you at the hotel room. And then, now what, there's like two more? All of a sudden there's two more freaking, assault things have popped up within like the last 48 hours. Like, Kareem Hunt was apparently just out whooping ass all over the country. He didn't give a shit who you were, bar, church. Don't look at me wrong. You have an anger problem, young man. You're gonna need to sit down and take a fucking time out. Take your bitch ass back to the kiddie table. Be gone with you. Kareem, be gone with you. Oh. So, speaking of running backs, hey, we went and got C.J. Anderson. What do you think of that? I'm not sure what I think of that. So I had to go back and I had to do some research on C.J. Anderson because obviously, other than fantasy football, I'm not following C.J. Anderson that terrible much. Been in the league since 2013, so this will be his sixth season in the league. He had an okay year with 849 yards rushing and 14 in 2015 at 720. Really didn't do a lot in 16, and then 2017 was his best year of his career. Last year with the Broncos, he rushed for 1,000 yards. Now, rushed for 1,000 yards, mind you, and only fumbled the ball one damn time. One time. He's only fumbled the ball a total of 3 times in his goddamn career. We put the ball on the ground with our running backs that many times in the last game. So, does the fact he's secure with the ball have anything to do with it? Possibly. Maybe. And maybe that means Doug Martin's finally on the way out. Please, God, set that sumbitch on the curb. Put a twist tie on his ass and be done with him, please. I want to see Jalen Richard, DeAndre Washington in a full-on audition for the rest of the damn year. Let's see which one is the man. Let's do it. 50-50. We've seen a 50-50 competition between them in the preseason. Fuck that. I want to see it against number 1 defenses. Let's see who's the man and who we should go with. Line them up. Stick C.J. Anderson behind him. That way you got a banger if you need to get that short yardage. And there you go. That's how we should run it down down through the stretch of this season. He's already basically auditioning Carr. We're auditioning wide receivers. It's a full-on audition at every position. Let's see what these two got. These two guys are young. These two guys are hungry. Doug Martin, you have seen the best you were ever going to see out of Doug Martin. That's it. You've seen the best out of Doug Martin 2 or 3 years ago. He's not going to be that guy again. It doesn't work that way. No. I don't care. If Ass can go sleep in one of them stupid chambers like Terrell Owens used to sleep in, Michael fucking Jackson. It doesn't matter. You don't go back in time. Father Time's undefeated, and he whoops the shit out of running backs. It's just the way it is. He's old. He ain't got no tread left on the tires. And goddamn it, if I see that son of a bitch run through the line, toting that motherfucker in one arm again, good Lord. Come on. Latch that son of a bitch when you hit the line. God damn. And no wonder he fumbles all the fucking time. He's one tomahawk chop away from putting it on the ground at any given second. So, does possibility C.J. Anderson's that he's that big, he's more of a big body back than Doug Martin? 5'8", 225. That was funny, Bryce. Still didn't get 100 yards. Adrian Peterson rushes for 90 yards on one play. Still didn't get 100 yards in the game. You old bastard. So I don't know. I'm hoping the C.J. Anderson signing means the end of the Doug Martin experiment and a full open audition for Jalen Richard and DeAndre Washington. I hope that's what it means, but that probably ain't what it means. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm a little confused on that signing, honestly. I did not have C.J. Anderson on my radar anywhere. He was not on radar whatsoever. None. Maybe do a kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Fucking what the hell? I don't know what that was all about. Well, moving on, we signed another player by Demontre Moore, who was actually a Raider for like, half a second at one point, and he's really nothing to get excited about. He's basically just depth. That's really all he is. He's just depth. He's line depth, and he's line depth. I mean, he's really not seen a lot of action over the past 3 seasons. I mean, we're talking a handful of tackles, a handful of assists. He had action in 3 games last season, 4 the year before that, 3 the year before that. I mean, he's really not much. Not a ton of action for this guy. So he's really line depth. Because as you've seen, there were big reports that Ellis was going to be back. You were going to have Jelly back out there this week, but it didn't happen. And the reports were that Gruden did not feel he was at 100%. And, well, that's it. Gruden didn't feel he was at 100%. You ain't going to freaking play. Bottom line. End of story. So he didn't play. And you go out and you add some depth, whatever you can find out on the street in week 13 of an NFL season, when pretty much, all of the talent's already been soaked up by every team of any contention. So, I mean, what are you going to find out there if you got to go find depth on the street, a defensive line in week 13? You're going to find this guy. You're going to find Demontre Moore. That's who you're going to find. And you're going to be like, hey, what are you doing? Need a job? We need some guys out there to practice against. We need some second string, third string, fourth string guys. So, you got to fill out a 53-man roster. Regardless if you're rebuilding, regardless of what your ultimate objective is, you still got to fill out a 53-man roster and field a team week to week. It's kind of like the Raiders are kind of like we're kind of like that owner in fantasy football who's been eliminated. But like the rules, you got to be really competitive and field a team every week, and they're just kind of like, Fuck it. I'll stick this guy in at running back. We'll see what he does. We'll stick this guy over. I don't really, at this point you're just like, I'm just filling a team just because I need to fill a team. Let's see how these guys do. Because that's basically what our defensive coordinator did this weekend. If you didn't notice. He decides, Marquell Lee, I know you've been playing all right. Fuck it, you don't need to play. The corners have been starting to look good. Nick Nelson, fuck it, you play all the time. You get burnt half the time. Conley looked good. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Conley, and I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Joseph, man. Joseph come in and lit them up a couple times on short yardage plays. Came in there with the big stop. Almost got the big stop on the touchdown, but nonetheless, he still came in there with fire and laid the freaking wood. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of those two, but it was a really major mix-up, moving of guys around this weekend for what Gunther was doing, and it didn't seem to work. They put up a 40 burger on us, and that's no good, man. That's no good. When you're at home and your defense puts up 40, I mean, I cringed every time Mahomes rolled out. It was a completion. If he left the pocket, we were dead. He was going to beat us on the run, or he was going to beat us throwing. It was. We had no answer for that whatsoever. If we could have kept him in the pocket, I think we had a much better chance. But when he rolled out, man, it was bad news. And switch, you can't just go in and switch your goddamn defense up that drastically week to week and expect to have any sort of continuity whatsoever. So it doesn't surprise me when you make that much of a change in positional players, and where guys are at, and who's starting where, against coming in one of the best teams in the league. It's not surprising that you see that your result statistically, it's not exactly what you want. Now, like I said, man, the defense on the other hand, on the offense on the other hand, was resilient. Derek Carr played phenomenal. The stat line, where was that stat line? Hold on. Did I lose it? No, there it is. Derek Carr, 29 for 38, 285, 3 touchdowns. I mean, that is a solid game. That is asking much more for that out of your quarterback. You're just insane. You're just insane. I mean, that is just, it's as solid as you can be. And I liked his resilience, man. He kept us in the game. Bar that, the late fumble by Richard, that really hurt as bad as any of them did, because we really bounced back pretty well from the others. But that last one, and man, he had such a great run on that play too, and to lose it, it was heartbreaking. That was a heartbreaking fumble. But we bounced back from that and we kept fighting. At no point did I see, like I had seen some of the games earlier in the season, where you seen the camera pan down the sideline, and you just seen faces of guys with disinterest that just didn't care about what was going on. And I didn't see that. You saw guys who were, I was asking the question, Chris. I was asking the question. Because you got to start asking the question. When you're not winning games and you're looking like that, you got to start asking the question. But you know what? The man answered the bell. And against one of the best teams in the league, Derek Carr showed up Sunday. And he showed you why they signed the check last season. They showed you why they put the ink to contract. They kind of made you for one afternoon remember, hey, I'm pretty goddamn good. And if you do what you need to do around me, we can win some games. So, like I said earlier, this was the most positive I've ever felt coming out of a Raider loss. I think ever. Even in the dark days. This is the most positive I felt coming out of a loss. I think we could really take a lot from that loss, the resiliency, the battle of it. Now, going back to the defense, Marquel Lee and Jason Kabinda only saw 6 snaps apiece on defense. That is just... I mean, Nicholas Morrow got 65, 92% he played, he got of the snaps. Nick Nelson, 92%. Tahir Whitehead was 100% on the field for the defense. And he actually had some decent plays. I didn't think Tahir Whitehead had a bad game. He made some plays, but ultimately you look at the bottom line. The bottom line is really all that matters. Really all that matters. Because unless you're getting that W, Nelson, I agree, Bryce. He's young and he needs to get up there and he needs those reps and we need to see what he can do, but I would have liked to seen us stick with some continuity at corner, because I think if we'd had some continuity at corner and started to build a little continuity at corner and let's ride with a couple guys, see if they can get used to being a nice tandem together. That helps out the rest of the defense. If you start to get a certain part of the defense that starts to gel, I think that would help out the rest as a whole. So that's kind of what I'd like to see. And I was liking what I was seeing out of Marquel Lee, and to only see Marquel Lee get 6 snaps. I mean, come on, man. This is one of our top draft picks from last year. Don't you want to see a little more out of that guy? I do. Or have you already seen enough out of him that you know you're going to have him around next year, and you just, we want to try out these other guys? Because if that's the case, okay, I guess if we're still in that play for 2019 mode, or play for 2020, or play for whatever the hell we're playing for. And speaking of 2019, where the hell are we playing? I'd like to know that at some point. It's kind of important. Where's it going to be? Is it going to be Oakland? We're going to play in some, high school field out in the middle of the sticks. Like fucking Field of Dreams. We're just going to go out and chalk us out a football field and play. I mean, what is it? It'd be nice to, just get a little detail that we'd all like to know, I've heard all kinds of rumors. Heard that, Jason. Ryan, I've heard that as well. San Diego, I've heard Sam Boyd. I've heard as crazy as San Antonio. That's still a spot that would like to host them for one season. I've heard lots of crazy rumors. What's true shit? You don't know. It's anything to drive clicks nowadays. That's really all that matters. I mean, shit, that's what I'm doing, ain't it? Now remember, at the end of the show, right after the show, I'm going to put up the post with all the information. All you got to do is send screenshots of you following us on Twitter, Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and our Facebook channel. The big 4, our 4 social media outlets that Raider Reaction is on, in our Paint the World Silver and Black contest, and you will earn your first name in the hat of the big badass Raider box from Raider Reaction. Full of Raider swag. We just put down the first layers. If you didn't see what they were after the show post, go back and watch. We put it right at the beginning of the show. Go check it out. I think you're going to like what we put in there already. And that's just the first layer. What do I think about Morrow? I'll field that question, Michael. I'll field that question. I think he obviously got a big audition this last week. The fact you've seen him on season-high 65 snaps, 92% of the defensive snaps, tells you John Gruden wants to see what this guy has. And really wants to see what this guy has. So he is getting, or I don't know if he just had, or if he's in the midst of, or he's just starting to get his audition, he's getting it now. Because the fact you played that much against Kansas City meant they wanted to see what the hell you had. And, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one for a defense that's struggling, that hasn't really gelled, to have to go up against one of the most prolific offenses in the league. I mean, that's a tall order. And it's tough to grade somewhat individual players on a defense when it's such a team aspect. When the other team's putting up 40 points, how do you look at any player on the defense and say, they had a great game? You put up 40 fucking points. Great game, my ass. But, you would have to really go look at the coach's film and just watch that individual player and how they reacted through the game to really make a discern call on how they individually performed. I usually do that throughout the week, but I haven't really had a chance yet, unfortunately. I'm behind in my preparation. Damn me. The coach's tape, it takes a while. Have you watched the coach's tape? Because when you sit down to watch it, they show you like 2 or 3 views of every single play as you go through. And man, does it take a minute to watch that with no audio. It's not exactly exciting stuff. But it's really cool because I do like when you can see the back view and you can really see the plays and the holes open up, and you can really see how the line play works, and it's a nice tool to see how guys are really playing. You can get the coach's tape on NFL Game Pass. Those of you that have it, or those of you that don't, I highly recommend it. I'm not trying to plug them. I mean, there ain't no fucking sponsor. Trust me, they ain't paying me nothing. I'm a little too vulgar for those guys, I think. But I highly recommend it. I use the shit out of NFL Game Pass. You can get the condensed games. You can get all the games back to like 2009 in their archives. So it's a nice tool, and you can get the coach's tape as well to all the games. So you can go back and check out how individual players are doing. It's kind of a nice tool. I use it a lot, and you should check it out as well. There. Now, where's my goddamn plug money? No. But, like I said, just make sure, the end of the show, you come back to the page. I want to make sure you all get your name in the hat this week, right off the bat, so you at least all got a chance to win. And make sure you stop back every Tuesday. Your biggest chance to win will be every Tuesday, but we're going to throw out little nuggets throughout the week as well, so you get your chance to get your name in the hat to win the big-ass Raider box we're going to be giving away on January 1st. So, looking ahead, we've talked about a lot, but we're looking ahead at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been an up-and-down team this season, and a team that had the Le'Veon Bell controversy going on all year, some Antonio Brown drama, your typical Big Ben drama. And they're coming in without Connor. They've had some bumps in the road lately, and they're having to travel. Coming off the game we had last week, I feel pretty goddamn good coming into this Steeler game. A lot better than I would have felt a couple weeks ago. Because like I said, I seen a spark. A spark I hadn't seen for a while. And we always kind of get up for those Steeler games. This could be the game. Man, I really hope that we give one of the other running backs a shot. Start one of the other guys. Start Richard. Start D-Wash. Let's see what these guys can do. Let's really go out let's roll the dice a little bit. Let's mix it up a little on offense, and let's go out and really try to go for the jugular against the Steelers. Let's really go out and push it, because I think they're a bit of a wounded duck, a little bit of a wounded deer. I think we could be a trap game for them. We're the type of team they could look over. They're not looking at us like, oh, they played really well against Kansas City. No, they're looking at, it's the 2-10 Raiders. It's the 2-10 Raiders. Any given Sunday, you can build momentum off a performance like they had on Sunday, even though this team didn't win. Because you've seen cohesiveness. You've seen team play. You improve the defense. You get some stops. You get some turnovers. You don't turn the ball over. And all of a sudden, that Kansas City game is totally different. And that's the type of thing that we need to do in Pittsburgh to get it done. %. So we will see. We will see. We will see. What transpires. But I tell you what, man, I feel positive. You got the Steelers. We're going on the road to play the Bengals, and the Bengals, man, the Bengals ain't good, man. The Bengals ain't nothing. And then we can come home and play the Donkeys. I tell you what, we can fuck around and end up with like a 3rd or 4th pick yet by the end of this season. You watch. You didn't see a team last week that's laying down. You did not see a team that's laying down. You did not. You did not. Big Ben does struggle on the road. And Big Ben has not been all that in a bag of chips lately. He is not. He just is not. So, I like to end my Raider Nation reports, my solo shows, it's a little segment I like to call the WTF. Now this goes any direction. My WTF will go to the fact that, any different direction. Like barbecue nachos, which are a fucking abomination. It can go any direction. Tonight, I'm going to keep it focused on myself a little bit. You see, I don't understand, and I've been doing this for a while, this show thing, this Raider reaction thing. What was it, March 20th, 2019 will be our 2nd year anniversary of the first Raider reaction webcast. The page itself started about a week or two after that. I don't understand sometimes the hatred I get for just trying to do my show, just trying to do my thing, just trying to stay in my lane. And somebody's always swerving into my lane. I'm just over here, got my music rolling, just cruising, top down. Some motherfucker's always trying to swerve in my lane. Somebody's always trying to fucking bite my shit. And I just don't understand it. I really don't. Do your thing. Be you. Quit worrying about what the fuck other people are doing. Because honestly, I don't give a shit what anybody else is doing. On any other page, talking about any other thing. I don't give a shit. Could care less. Go watch some stupid bitches selling pearls. I don't care. I'll be right here doing what I do like I've been doing. So, those of you that are attacking followers of the page, being jackasses, general ass clowns, man, don't overstep your value or your what your perceived value is to somebody, because nobody cares. You're irrelevant. I'm just here to do what I do. Everybody else should do the same. Just be you. That's all you should be. That's all I ever wanted to be on Raider Reaction, is come here and be 100% real, pull no punches, and give my honest 100% Raider reaction. It's honest, it's raw, it's uncut, it ain't fucking scripted. I ain't got no goddamn cue cards. I ain't got a fucking teleprompter. I ain't got nobody telling me what to say. This ain't one of them canned rants like you see on Barstool Sports. That's none of that bullshit. This ain't no cut. It ain't edited. It's none of that. It's straight from brain to fucking mouth. And it's real. Good, bad, or ugly. I won't change it. I won't change who I am. And I will not change what this page is, regardless of what anybody else thinks. Regardless of what anybody else says. And just remember, there's two sides to every motherfucking story. Remember that. Because everybody that's mad at you now, know at one point, you were good to those motherfuckers too. What the fuck? Thank you for joining me, each and every one of you. Make sure you get on the post right after here. Give me about 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to be on the page. It'll have all of the links to all of our social media sites so that you can get your name in the drawing for the big ass Raider Reaction Raider box. We're going to be filling it with extra Raider swag. Every Raider Nation report. The beginning of every Raider Nation report, we're going to put another layer in that bad boy. Go back, watch the beginning of the show if you missed it to see everything we put in it already. There's a ton of silver and black shit in there, and there's going to be more. We're going to fill that thing up, and on January 1st, the Commish Jr. and myself, right here, live, in studio, going to raffle that shit off to one lucky page follower that is here and supports us, because without you guys, we're nothing. We really aren't. And besides all the bravado and all the other bullshit, I do appreciate each and every person that likes and follows the Raider Reaction page. It's just football, baby. When it comes down to it, it's just football. It's just football. I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation!